Hello. I want to talk about some meds, some med business, because y'all know I'd be talking about my mental health on here, and I've discussed my meds before. So there have been a little bit of changes, and there might be more changes to come. Now I mentioned this with my video about Dr. Moore, who's my new doctor, and I don't like him because of, well, he's transphobic and sexist, and you can watch the video and come to your own conclusions. And maybe I'm just a woke lib or something, or maybe I'm actually right. Just whatever you want. I mean, at the end of the day, is anything real? We're all gonna die, and all that. So anyway, yeah. But Dr. Moore, there is one good thing that he's done, because he looked at my meds and he saw that. See, I was on two antidepressants. I was on Prozac and I was on Wellbutrin, and I can't give you the exact milligrams because I don't know, I don't remember. But I just know that from what he told me, he said. So both of them, I was being dosed at I think his wording was something like sub-therapeutic levels or something like that, or just barely therapeutic, basically. And he's like, well, it's kind of weird that you're just taking two low doses of two different meds. Why shouldn't you just be I mean, he just said, it's kind of weird that your previous doctor chose that for you, when you should probably be on, just one med at, a higher dose. So it's been decided that I should, that I take a higher dose of, Wellbutrin. And he's doing the thing that well, in my past experience, most doctors will do, where if you're having two meds change at once, then he'll do one at a time. So, right now the situation is that I'm still taking Prozac, the low dose Prozac, but I'm also taking the high dose of Wellbutrin. So, the Wellbutrin has changed, but the Prozac has not yet changed. But after some time, he's going to take me off the Prozac, and I'll just be on the high dose of Wellbutrin. Because apparently that's a safer way of doing it, instead of just changing two of them at once, and that makes sense. But also, I want to up my dose of Vyvanse, because I don't feel like I've been feeling the benefits of it like I used to in the past. And, I feel like, I hope that I hope he'll let me increase my dose, because, I mean, I'm already at kind of a higher dose, it's 50 milligrams, and, I tried to get my previous doctor to increase my dose, and he said no, because I'm already on a higher dose of it. But that doctor was the same one that put me on those low doses of the antidepressants, so, he seemed like he wasn't very much a fan of medication, you know what I mean? He wasn't completely against it, but he was he's stressing and emphasizing how much, he tries to, have someone be on, as little medication as possible, which I guess that also makes sense, but I think that, for me, that might not be, realistic, because I'm insane. So, yeah. Yeah. And I think it makes sense that the Vyvanse hasn't been working as well lately, because, my weight has changed due to, well, as I have briefly mentioned in the past, in a recent video, I told you guys that I have, struggled with disordered eating. I was doing that for a few months, where I was, restricting my calorie intake and counting calories and stuff. And then after I, recovered, I gained a ton of weight. So, yeah, so, when you gain weight, or when you're, the higher your weight is, the less, drugs are gonna affect you, you know what I mean? That's why they say, you're a lightweight if you, you can't, or, yeah, if you can't really handle your alcohol or whatever. And, it does have to do with, the size of your body and everything. So, yeah. I also think I might have gained weight from my, antipsychotics, because that can do it too, I'm on Abilify, 5 milligrams of Abilify, I think that's the milligrams, but anyway, it's a low dose of Abilify, and so, in theory, it shouldn't affect my weight that much because A, it's a low dose, and B, Abilify doesn't affect your weight as much as like a lot of other antipsychotics, or so I've been told. But nevertheless, it still can do that, and I'm certainly prone to fatness, frankly, because like well, there's a lot of it in my family and all that. So yeah, and I don't want to like diss on my family. I mean, I'll diss on them when it's warranted, but dissing on them about, their weight is not warranted at all. So yeah, I don't mean it in that way, but I'm just saying realistically here, you know, higher weights and whatever do run in the family. So yeah, it's kind of a problem. And I've been overweight or whatever, but I don't know. I don't want to say fat because it really hurts to say that or think that, but yeah, like I haven't been like a skinny person for most of my life. Like it's I've been there for a few years, but for most of my life it hasn't been like that. So yeah, it's really stressing me out, and I'm hoping that like with a higher dose of Vyvanse I might be able to get that back in control and everything, and maybe lose some weight or whatever, because it's a stimulant and that can decrease your appetite. And in the past, that helped with losing weight. And that's not the only reason or the main reason why I want to do it. Like, I genuinely think it would help me mentally because, I have been having troubles with ADHD lately. So, yeah, but, that's kind of like a bonus, right? If it could help me with my weight and everything. So, yeah, that's all. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all that's going on. And I guess a little bit more. So, today was my first day of taking the high dose of Wellbutrin. So I guess I'll see what happens. Like, it might, likely it's not gonna have this dramatic effect right away, because, Wellbutrin, like most antidepressants, they kind of, it takes like, a few weeks, or at least 1 week, I think, probably like 2 weeks. I'm gonna say. Anyway, it takes time for it to like build up in your system and actually like make a noticeable change. And like, I know that in the past, when I first started taking Wellbutrin, it took more than just 2 weeks. It took like a month or more, before I noticed any changes. So, we'll just have to see what happens. I don't know. So yeah, but I've been in a better place lately for the most part. Like, yesterday was kind of a bad day. If you were following me on my community tab or whatever, you would have seen that. Yeah, I was a little bit freaking out. And if you're on the Discord, you would really know. But by the way, join my Discord. Join my Discord. Yeah, like I'll leave another link in the description of this video. I really want more people to join it because I really like to interact with the folks. Like, I'm quite lonely in my life, and most of my friends are online. I don't really have barely any real life friends in face-to-face world, but it's yeah. So I cherish you guys, you know that? I do. It's true. Yes. Yes, you. I love you. But anyway, what was I talking about? Right, but so I'm generally better going on these days, like mentally and emotionally and stuff. But yeah, like I've been happier, I think, and less wanting to die and all that. So yeah, this side of my bangs is kind of frustrating me. Like, it doesn't look right. Another thing I've been reflecting on is that, well, this is kind of unrelated, but, you know, here's some gender stuff. Yay, gender things. So, uh, if you guys have noticed, I've been, like, making myself more, like, cosmetically feminine lately, like, stereotypically femme, because, like, you know, I've been doing more makeup looks, and I've been, like, painting my nails and stuff, and, that's because I have this thing where I always, sort of just for the sake of it, want to do the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. Like, not 24/7 for every little thing, but when it comes to, like, things that I know don't really matter or don't really make any sense or whatever, things that I disagree with, then, like, it makes me want to rebel. I've got this rebellion instinct in me. So, you know, I recently came out as a demi-boy, and, you know, so since I know now that I'm, like, well, I already kind of knew it before, but since I've, like, made it public and official and everything that I'm, like, masculine, it's, like, it's triggered the rebellion instinct where, I just want to, like, do femme stuff. I mean, I'm still gonna go on T. In fact, I want to call the place today, the number to, like, schedule my next appointment, because I still haven't gotten around to that, but I'm gonna do it today. It's just, like, I've been putting it off because, you know, last time I tried to do it, they put me on hold, and I fucking hate being put on hold, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you know, I'm the center of the universe, you know, I'm the main character, man, come on. Yeah, that's a joke, you know. Anyway, but yeah, like, so I still want to get, like, physically, like, mask, but as far as, like, cosmetics go, I like to do femme things just to piss people off, you know? To, like, make the transphobes bothered and everything, to just, to break the rules. And I think I've heard that's an ADHD thing, the rebellion instinct, like, that I speak of, you know? There's, like, it's like its own mental, it's either a symptom of ADHD or, like, a condition that's comorbid with ADHD, but it's its own diagnosis. I don't really remember, and I think I've read that there's, like, a version of it for ADHD and a version of it for autism, and I've spoken before about how I suspect I'm on the autistic spectrum, so with all that in mind, it kind of explains why I would be having that trait in my personality, you know? And it doesn't bother me at all that I'm like that, for the most part. I mean, there are some times where it causes issues in, like, social situations, because, especially when I was younger, like, you know, there would be situations where it would be understood that it's not socially appropriate to do XYZ. But since I'm crazy, I would be all the more motivated to do that XYZ, and that would obviously cause issues. And it doesn't really pertain to, like, me, like, doing anything offensive, you know, like, bigoted or anything like that. That's never been an issue for me. Well, at least not in this regard, right? I mean, you know, you guys know that, like, when I went psychotic, I became, like, momentarily racist. It was weird. And yeah, please watch my video called The Incident and its subsequent sequels, if you want to know more about that situation, because that's not what the video's about, but, like, I just wanted to kind of explain that, because, you know, when you just casually mention, like, oh yeah, I was racist for like a day, you know, it's like, you can't just kind of mention that casually to someone who, you know, perhaps you're new to the channel, right? So perhaps you don't know about it, right? So, it's, like, something that I can't just, like, you know, by the way, this happened, you know, I can't do that, right? Because then you might just, I don't know, come to a conclusion that is not really accurate. So, yeah, but, so that's the situation there. I don't really think I have anything else to talk about. I kind of like to make the bottom part of my hair, like, flat, like, I like to brush the very bottom part down so that it's like, I don't know, to make it look longer, I guess? To make it look more like a fucking mullet? Is that what I want? Is that what I want? I don't really want a mullet. I respect the way that, like, trans mask people and, like, butch lesbians, I've been doing that lately, where they have the mullets and stuff. Is it politically correct or whatever? I hate that term. But, is it, like, okay to call them butch lesbians, or is that, like, no longer cool? Because I don't really know. I'm not a lesbian. I'm, like, mildly sapphic, but for the most part, I'm not. And, like, I would never use the label lesbian for me. Like, because, like, frankly, I'm just not exclusively attracted to women. Like, there's that, you know? But sometimes I'd be feeling the sapphic energy, you know? You know what I mean? Sapphic means, like, anything relating to lesbians or women who love women and stuff like that. So it can also describe, like, it can describe bisexual women, and it can describe, like, people like me, where even though I don't identify as female, I do have kind of femme moments, and, like, in those moments I might also be feeling, like, just into the gals, just appreciating the gals, you know? So when it comes down to it, those are moments of sapphic-ness, you know? And I know that I'm probably, by saying all these things, you know, I'm looking like an absolute clown. Not just because of the things I'm saying, but also just because of the way I actually look. Anyway, but yeah, but, you know, like, because I could easily see, some right-wing bastard, like, clipping this video. Like, it's not as if I'm actually that famous yet, but, you know, in the future or whatever, I can just easily see some bastard finding this video and just being like, look at this idiot! Look at this fucking idiot! Squim! And it's like, I mean, you know, fuck that, right? But I can't help but, like, worry about it, you know? I don't want to get, like, attacked and cyberbullied and everything. I do get cyberbullied a little bit already, but I would hate for that to just become worse and worse over time. You know? I mean, I look visibly insane, right? So it's kind of hard not to bully me, you know? Not me defending the bullies, not me empathizing, I almost said emphasizing, not me empathizing with the haters. Dear Lord, I'm shaking my head because I want to fix it. Oh, that looks good, yes. That looks good. Yay. Sometimes all you need is a little head shake to fix you up. Other times, you know, see, the thing about the head shake is it can make or break you. It can make or break a look, for real. Okay, now that's actually all I have to say. Now I'm actually leaving. Goodbye.